Melissa, I was really enjoying this film, but the last act just like took it into overdrive for me. I love all like the musical elements. How is it doing those performance scenes? I heard more were even shot than what we see in the film, but how is it doing those? Because like I got to see the extra ones now because it's so phenomenal.
Yeah, we shot like four whole numbers, and they didn't end up being in the movie. They were cut for time. There was just like a little montage. But I hope that in the Blu-ray or DVD you get like the extra
Yeah.
features and all
This
the
movie has a
deleted.
B-side.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It was so fun. I'm a musical theater girly. I love theater. I come from theater. It's always been a dream of mine. So to be able to do that in a movie, like an actual rehearsal process, and then the whole like backstage and everything about it felt very much like home to me. And then getting to sing like original music for a musical that's, part of this universe was so fun. And not only that, it playing such an important part in the arc of the character and the ending of the movie being so surprising was brilliant on the part of Caroline Lindy, who wrote and directed.
Absolutely. I just love how this film comes together. And Tommy, your role is like inherently goofy, and I love that you're playing this monster. But how is it finding the balance? Because there's definitely times when you kind of lean into the absurdity, but you did such a great job of like really bringing a lot of human character to him and balancing that. So how is that as an actor?
Oh, thanks. Well, first of all, I'm a goofball. Like
Yep.
I like to goof around. So that part can't come. There's plenty of that on the cutting room floor. So we had that in spades. I got a real kick out of trying to make her laugh and engage in that way. But the beautiful challenge of this movie is that it required so much from the actor's toolkit. I mean, even Monster gets emotional by the end of the movie, and I think the balance is what you said. It was the that mask and that hair and all that brilliant monster design, all the way down to the costume and everything else, does all the monster work, and then it's just up to me to be human, to be real and experience real emotion in relation to what she's going through emotionally. And then like in terms of balance, that's really the director's job, and Caroline just crushes it. This movie is her. She is this movie, and we had full faith that like she was going to get it right, so we could just try stuff, and she'd pick the right things.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And Melissa, was there like an adjustment period of acting right next to this guy in this monster makeup? Like, I feel like that could be kind of weird.
It wasn't at all. I mean, from the moment I saw him, I was like, oh, cool, he's hot. I'm into it, you know? Like, I feel like, I've said this before, but I was like one of the girls after seeing Beauty and the Beast that when he turned into a human at the end, I was like, oh, no, turn back, you know? So I feel like there's a lot of us out there. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of girls that are hot for Monster. And I think that was the point because when we were discussing the design of the monster, and Caroline was very open with that, she would ask me for ideas, and I thought that the monster was gonna be scary looking. Like I thought that he was gonna be like more, like uglier and like more horror. And so I was sending her all these like crazy ideas, and then she's like, I think I actually kind of want him to be hot, and I was like, okay, cool. And that's how we ended up with this monster. So it wasn't hard for me. Also, Tommy is such a good actor, and he's so funny, and it just felt like I was acting with him. It wasn't weird to me.
He definitely brings a charm to it. And Tommy, my last question, there's a makeout scene in this. How weird is that doing that with the mask and everything and all the makeup on your face?
Well, back to your last question. It's definitely worse for her than it is than it is for me. And Melissa did not flinch. I mean, she really was all in, and the Laura character is all in on Monster from the word go. It was incredible. We had a lot of fun shooting that scene because it's so well. It represents this movie so well. It signals to the audience this movie is going to go places, and you better be along for the ride. And so I loved when that scene appeared in the script. It wasn't in the early drafts. The only issue was that beard comes off.
Yeah.
It's not like your beautiful beard. Mine is applied every day, and then it's all over the room, all over Melissa.
Yeah, like we would separate, and I would have his hair on my face. There was the resets were kind of a thing.
The mouth starts to kind of peel
Yeah.
away, and the mouth had to be reset. But it was part of the unique thrill of making this movie. You get to have a love scene as a monster. I mean, come on.